Hello, you guys.
Hello.
Welcome to the broadcast tonight. Oh, welcome to the broadcast. Do us a favor, share this broadcast, and as you all come in, let us know that you are there. How y'all doing tonight? This is the we leading up to Super Bowl Sunday, so we just gonna be referees for the next couple of weeks, and we gonna be throwing flags on the plays. Um, so do us a favor, like, share, and tag. Tell some people that we're on. Share it with your friends. Share it with some single folks. Share it with some married folks, and tell them, hey, get in here, get in here. The Dunns are on. Hey, Latifah Toe, how are you tonight, honey? How you doing?
Hello.
We're glad to see that you are on with us tonight. Um, y'all do us a favor, like, share, and tag. We got a Super Sunday edition tonight. We got some good old people that's gonna be on with us, and they're gonna be talking about some expectations. So y'all tell them get in here. Y'all tag their name and say, get in here. It is Sunday night and it is a little after 8. Hey, Miss Deborah Haynes. Deborah Haynes, you're going to be able to help these people tonight. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for the guests that we have on the broadcast. How y'all doing? Y'all like, share, and tag, get some married folks in, some single folks in, because we're going to be talking about some expectations tonight. And then next week, we're going to talk about realities leading up to the Super Bowl. And maybe on Super Bowl Sunday, we might have us a little, what they call it, tailgate party for Super Bowl Sunday. But do us a favor. Tell them to get in here. Let them know that we are on. And we are, hey, my Shay, how you doing, honey? I'm glad you sent my bowls back. I got some for you to go in now, honey. Good to see y'all. Do us a favor, like, share, and tag some of your family, some of your friends. Let them know that the Dunns are on. Those of you that don't already know who we are the Dunns, the Dunn Home Improvement, the Marriage Edition. But tonight, we got a twist for y'all tonight because we got some single people that we brought on the broadcast with us because they want to talk about it. We want to talk about expectations and what do we view it before we get married. Because some of us viewed it the same way that they did. And then next week, we're going to bring some more married couples on to talk about the reality of what marriage is all about. But we all had different expectations, and we hope y'all can help these single folks tonight. They'll be glad to have you. But do us a favor, continue to share, continue to tag as we get them in. Tell them, tell the folk, the Dunn's is on. Wake up. Oh, they been asleep, ain't it?
Right outside.
They're right outside. That rain outside got them sleep, honey. So tell them to get up. We are on. Some of y'all been messaging saying, hey, are y'all coming on tonight? Yes, we are coming on tonight. We were just trying to get ourselves together, get our single people together, get our lineup together. So we'll be ready to rock and roll tonight. So we have a good lineup of singles. I don't want to hold up y'all time and hold up these single folks time because they got some stuff to say. And then we got to figure out what they saying so we'll know. How we told them by the net broadcast. What they going to be? Married. And they going to have their own marriage goals by next week. So, hey, we don't want to hold up the time. Y'all, I said, what we're going to introduce them one by one, singles by singles, and some of them got together on their screens together, and we're going to do this thing together. So what we got a good lineup tonight. We got our first single that's on the broadcast with us tonight. We got LaTanya Harris that's going to come on. We got them all backstage, so I'm just going to call them one by one. Hey, Tanya.
Hello. Good.
Good. Say, y'all, we got Gigi, and most of y'all know her as the Gigi. She's on with us tonight. Do us a favor, y'all, like, share, and tag. Tell the people over in Bessemer, Alabama, that Gigi is on the live tonight. Also, we have backstage, we got Kamisha Abner that's with us tonight. These single people is on 500. Hey, Kamisha.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all?
Welcome to the broadcast. We are glad to have you on with us tonight, y'all. This is going to be real good. These folks don't know what to expect. They trying. I wanted to find a little song, that little single song, but I'm gonna think of it in a minute. Also, we got backstage. We got Latoya Dunn, Ash Dunn backstage with us. Hey, Toya.
Hey,
How are
y'all.
you? We're glad that you decided to join us tonight. Yeah, this is Toya Dunn. Y'all don't want to miss these singers, what they got to say tonight. Also, who we have? We got Courtney Long, don't we? CeeLo. Y'all may know him as CeeLo. Hey, CeeLo.
Hello. How you
Welcome to the
doing?
broadcast with us tonight. We're glad that y'all agreed to come on and talk about these expectations. We do have a couple more singles backstage with us. We got Sambrilla Parker. Some of y'all know her as Big Parker. We got Big Parker, and we also have the Crystal. Hey, Crystal and Sambrilla. Welcome to the broadcast, y'all. We're glad that you all came on with us. Y'all, I'm gonna start tagging some of y'all folks that I know on my little timeline, telling them to get in here. Cause all these people is on with us tonight. So we ain't gonna hold. Somebody said, hey, Quinny said, hey. Quinny. All of them in here on the broadcast tonight. So y'all, we ain't gonna hold y'all long. We gonna start moving right along. But we wanted to talk. Quinny, do us a favor and tag some of them folks over in Bessemer, Alabama. Who else y'all want Quinny to tag? Look, they scared.
Everybody. Valley, Lynette, Auburn, Atlanta. Tag everybody.
Georgia. Yo, get them in here. Y'all, do us a favor. Like, hey, Tiny. We're glad that you're on. Hey, Criteria. Y'all, I'm just speaking to the people while they getting in here. But do us a favor, Quinn Criteria. Tiny, y'all tag some more people, get them in. We got the singles edition tonight. Let them know that we are on. Y'all, I can't keep looking at my phone because my glass away one moment. Hey, y'all. I'm trying to keep from having to put my glasses up and down. But y'all, what you got something before I start running my mouth real good? You just ready to jump in.
Jump in.
You just ready to jump in. Me too. So tonight we want to talk about the expectations of marriage. We sat down and we talk about, a lot of people talk about expectations, and then some people want to know the reality. But we said, okay, let's do two broadcasts. We need some single people to come on and tell us what would be your expectation going forward in marriage, or what you want to experience, or what you want to see. And then next week, we're going to talk to the married folks and let them tell us the reality. So all this is leading up to Super Bowl Sunday. So this is our Super Sunday. Next week will be our Super Sunday. And the next Sunday going to be our Super Bowl Sunday. So we'll be ready for that. I don't know who want to start first, but we just want to add some questions on what would be your expectation moving forward in marriage, or what you already got in mind. Yeah. We'll start with Tanya over there.
Okay, expectations. Back in the day,
Back in the day.
you imagine yourself, being swept off your feet, Prince Charming stuff. And now in reality, because now, as for me being 42 and single, I've
Y'all,
already
42
created.
and single. Text a single man, 42 and single.
um, I've already created. I already went through the career. I already built myself up and built my life. So now my expectation is to finding someone, or someone finding me, to enhance it, if that makes any sense. Um, and grow with them. So that's my expectation when it comes to marriage. Before it was 50-50. Now it is what it is. We just come together, communicate, and figure it out. Because I might have more than he has, or might have more than I have. So it's just coming together and trying to build what makes us one in unity. So that's my expectation.
So coming together and building.
Yes.
As you said, coming together and building.
I think too. Also, even as with that, as I know we were talking about coming as growing up, and you had many expectations. Have you because of what you have saw in the years of transition, did it change for? I mean, I look at when you're young, especially young ladies, they're very big on being married and stuff like that. I want this guy with this picket. I want to be married with picket fences and the nice cars in the yard. Some people might want the cattle, the horses, different things like that. Because I think now there's a lot of standard let down for for single people when it comes to marriage, trying to find somebody and just trying to figure out what is your expectation, what is your standard. Because sometimes I know we have standards, and sometimes they can be high standards, and sometimes they can be low standards. So just about having a standard of what to expect, what I'm really just looking forward to somebody. Because you might say, I want somebody 6'5", or I want somebody 5'4". You gotta be careful what you ask for. I mean, sometimes we don't always get it, but your expectation this is what I want. This is what I'm coming into. This is my desire. But like I said, sometimes it don't happen. When she has said, what she wants, she thought she wanted, but it didn't happen. I didn't give her all that. So,
baby, I wanted some cars and stuff. He came with a hoopty, honey.
Got to start somewhere.
With an 8-track tape with an all orange.
Stop it.
And at that time, I was his boss on the job, so it didn't come like I thought it was gonna be. My expectation was something different, and I expected white picket fences and stuff. Just to be honest, like we play with our tea sets and all that stuff. We make up our imaginary stuff. We want marriage to be like that. Was my outline of it. All kind of extra stuff that Dunn just didn't have it.
I just bought some paint, so I'm gonna give her that white picket fence.
Get a white fence. So that's good. So building together. That's something married folks need. Married folks, y'all on him. We need to start make sure we building together.
That's a biggie. That's a biggie too. Being single, really just coming together, finding, like you said, finding somebody that willing to work with you, work together, and not having their own thing or not having your own thing, but it's coming together and making it work, together and to become one. So it's definitely, that's a biggie when it comes to marriage.
Right. So we're gonna move on to Kamisha with expectations. What expectations you're outlining? I know over time you might have written down different things and you're saying, okay, this is what I want to happen. What's your expectation and how did you derive from those expectations?
My expectation for marriage is to just a little bit what LaTanya said. I want to have that best friend to just share life with and to have fun with, but doing it the godly way. Because being 36, turning 37 next month, I have made the mistake of doing things that were not of God, and it just didn't work out the way that I wanted to work out. So being older and being mature and seeing healthy, godly marriages, it makes me want to grow and want to have that as well. Just having that helpmate, having someone to help you, because me being a single parent and being independent for so long, my expectation is just to have someone to just come in and, like you said, do things together, having that helpmate, having that provider, that leader. If someone coming into the marriage has that relationship with God and loves God, he's going to know how to love me. So just sharing life with a godly husband that becomes my best friend.
So how did you derive from what you wanted to see? How did you get that thought, okay, this is what I want?
Dating the wrong people. Like I said, dating the wrong people, not dating based on the godly way, doing it the worldly way. I've made so many mistakes in life, just thinking that I knew everything and I didn't. And like I said, getting older and growing and being around healthy marriages and healthy relationships, it made me look at life different. You don't want to say that you want your relationship to be like somebody else's,
right.
but every day and being around other couples is a learning experience. You learn, you learn different things. And so with me, like I said, being engaged before and twice actually, it just makes you look at life a whole lot different.
Wow, that's good. You got a few comments coming in, even with what Latanya said. Barbara Griffin said you should just want us to build together. Building together, that goes back to what Latanya said. And with Deborah Haynes also was saying, expect your expectations to be shifted to meet what God knows you need. So that's it too. Expect your expectations sometimes to be shifted to meet what God knows you need for you, because at the time what I needed, the people that I was looking at that I thought were supposed to be what I needed wasn't what I needed. He knew that I was a crazy little lady that needed somebody that gonna humble me down and be there and care for me, that I didn't have to be anybody else but me. Because when we put ourselves out there, we don't want to change who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to be who we are, and then that person comes in to balance us out on what God needs. That's good what Miss Deborah said. Tiffany Smith said that's exactly what I pray for. Someone who knows God, he would know how to love me and my children. She said you hit it dead on the head, Kamisha. She said that was you hit it dead on the head. So those are different. And the one thing you did say, that a lot of singles may not even think that they need when it's going forward in relationship is God. That's what's gonna balance. That's what's gonna pull it into the place that we need. So of course we gonna have our expectations, and like Dunn just saying, we gonna have those from children to now on what we want to see. White picket fences, and he brought me some paint. I'm having a white fence in a few days. But it took 27 years to get the white fence, but that's all right. But we have our expectations. But that is so good. That's so good. But balance, definitely balance. And something else Kamisha said too was friend, to be your best friend. And that's what we have to grow to. I think that coming from trusting the people that we connect with then. Because some friends and best friends should be people that you can trust with your every thoughts, and you know it ain't gonna leak out and nobody ain't gonna tell when they get mad at you. When your friend get mad at you, they shouldn't go out and tell nobody else. And they sure you nothing that you said against you, saying, well, you know you were blah blah blah. You know, if y'all run across them kind right there, it might be time to hit the exit button. Make that exit button. Because if I just confided in you in my thoughts and what I felt, but in return you backlash me with it, I don't think we can go no further. That's just me saying that. But all that is good. Jump to Highland Facts. Tiffany Smith, y'all know y'all gonna get a lot of comments from these people when y'all talking about this single stuff. Tiffany Smith said, being a single parent is not that you don't want to be bothered. You just already know your expectations. And being single, period. You already know your expectations on what you want to see. I don't expect, I wouldn't say settle for less. No. But I would say see it through the eyes of God. If I could say it like that, don't settle for less, but make sure you're seeing it through the eyes of God, because sometimes we can have our expectations too high, and that ain't what God is saying for us. Cause my expectation was higher. I'm not saying, I ain't saying, I'm not in the place that I am now. My expectations was higher than.
Tell the truth.
I mean, I don't even know how to say it, that y'all gonna feel like I'm down in my hood, but I ain't down in my hood.
He was nappy head.
He was nappy head. He I was broke.
That's right.
And you know, us, we looking for
Money
you
in the
looking for
bank.
somebody gonna be able to wine you and dine you, cause I was whining and dining. We worked at Crystal's, and our wine and dining was to get us a crystal meal and go sit out there in that dining room and eat, honey. That was all we had. But my expectations as a lady back then was to, okay, give me something more. And even though I used to tell him all the time, you're gonna make somebody a good husband one day. It just wasn't gonna be me. So my expectations was beyond the eyes of God because I wasn't seeing him on who God had called for me. And he knew I needed that. Because connecting before, I was engaged before, at the door, getting married, had my wedding dress, the bridesmaid dress. I was at the everything, at the door of it. Finna get married, but God knew that dude went for me. He had to block it. It took one of my friends to say, you don't believe stuff till you see it. So what I'm finna do, this dude is cheating on you, but I gotta take you to let you see it first. She picked me up from my job, took me to the other girl's house and said, this where he be at every night while you at work. So I had to see it, but God had to block it because we had spent money and everything on a full wedding. Dresses, everything, my dress. I cried a long time, but I had to realize God blocked that for a reason. I thought he was my expectations. I had put him in the place of my expectation because he was making triple digits. It was a big old thing. He could put me in whatever house I wanted to, whatever car I wanted to drive, whatever, everything. But that wasn't what God had for me, even though my expectations were way up him. And he had to humble me back down to say, wait a minute, this what we finna do. This how we finna do it. But yeah, all that is just good, Kamish. Look, let us get on to the next time. I gotta figure out how I can get Sambrilla them back in, but we gonna keep on talking. We gonna move. You had any more comments right there?
I was just sitting here just in my little self wasn't even in the picture. No
He
way.
was not,
You know.
and not.
Yeah, but see, God bring you back down to the low places.
Oh, boy.
There are people in low places, as the song say.
Woo!
Fine. So yeah, good. It's good to have your expectation though. It's funny, but it's good to have your expectation. But like you said, you can miss it on a couple of things too. That I was talking about. I like to interject. Also, make sure they love your kids. Make sure that they take care of your kids. If they can't love your kids, you might need to check that. If they can't, get along with your kid because that's your heart. That's where it starts. In certain places with your kid. So make sure that they're taking they fond they very fond with your kid.
Right.
And also you saying, I think the commission was saying about the Tanya said something about having a godly man, and that's a big major role. That's something big to have, that you can have somebody that fear God, that respect God. If they respect God, guess what? They will respect you.
Right.
I mean, very highly. So those two things I just want to highlight, but I'm not going to prolong the time. We can.
Well, let me get this next comment. Then we're gonna go to Toya, because Deborah Haynes said instant gratification doesn't work for relationships. You're gonna have to allow it to simmer for a while. Relationships take time, so it takes time, and we gotta allow it to simmer. Tiffany Smith said, "Wait, what if you decide to wait 1 year before seeing your kids?" That's my rule. If that's your rule, Tiffany, that's just your rule. Because a lot of times you don't want to keep bringing people, and that was me. That was me when me and Reggie got together. That was me, period. I didn't bring a lot of men around my children unless I knew it was just something serious and he was gonna be there for the long haul, but just to let him keep coming around, because for one reason I had daughters, and this is for Tiffany Smith. I had 3 daughters, well, 2 daughters at the time, and I didn't want to just everybody in and out their life, because then they'll think that's a norm. kids will start, the girls will start thinking it's a norm that I got this person, this person, this person. And so I didn't bring anybody around. When they finally did meet Reggie, yeah, we knew then that we were finna be in it for the long haul. I didn't bring, they didn't even, according to them, say, man, we didn't know mama dated nobody. Because they did it because I wanted to make sure that my heart was ready for it and that they was ready for it. And at that particular time between the last breakup to the next one, I wasn't ready. My heart wasn't ready. So I didn't bring anybody around. So Tiffany, your rule is good. I would say stick with it because if you got kids, singles moving forward, getting ready to embrace your status of married, those are things that we have to think about in the long run. Make sure that those people got the best interest, and especially us with daughters, we definitely had to watch as well as pray. Cause everybody, it's some different spirits out there that'll sleep with whoever, and they'll try to take advantage of your kids. So Tiffany, that's a good rule. Very good rule. So we're gonna move on. We got Toya as Dunn down there in the corner, honey. Toya. Go ahead and talk to us about your expectations, honey, going forward. How old are you now, so we can let the people know? So just in case it's a single man on the broadcast that's waiting on you. How old are you?
Right. I'm 33. I'll be 34 in March. No kids. Woo, no kids. So just to piggyback, just what everybody else said, you wanna first and foremost make sure that man has a relationship with God. Because I can't speak for nobody else. I can be, a little bit too much, or he might be a little bit too much. And so you want to make sure you have God at the center of the forefront, because that's going to keep y'all together. And then you want to make sure you have a man that's ambitious, that likes to work, no one that's lazy, because the Bible says a man don't work, don't eat. So,
Preach.
it's guys out here that
You
can't
don't
do the
need
simple
either.
things. Right.
If he don't work and he ain't gonna eat, you ain't gonna eat either, honey.
Exactly. So we just gonna be hungry. So because you have guys that can't do the simple things like taking out the trash. That's something that a man is supposed to do. And then somebody that's supportive of my dreams and goals. I'm supportive of your dreams and goals. And somebody is gonna be consistent. I'm very big with consistency, because that's just very important to me. Like, you can't be consistent 1 minute and then get inconsistent. Like, make sure you're consistent all across the board. And that's not for the men, that's for the ladies too. And then I got my little list, y'all. I made a
What
little
your
list.
list? Toya got some big old expectations.
I got lists, Right. My expectation might be too high. The reason why I am still single, who knows? But these are the stuff that's on my list. And then let's see what else I put. Communication.
That's good.
You not clearly communicating stuff that can cause an uproar, that can cause arguments, And me personally, I don't do the arguing. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna sit down and talk about it to limit the arguments as much as possible. And then I put on here, which is I guess he don't necessarily have to be family oriented, but I'm big on family. And my family, we like to have a good time. I don't want to bring nobody around. They don't want to engage in the family and stuff like that. But like I said, he don't have to have that. I just added it to my list. But yeah, and just somebody to grow old with. Like, nowadays, people to me get married for fashion, but it's not all about that. Or it's not all about put on for social media or stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, and then I used to be the I guess you say nitpick type girl, where I wanted a certain guy. I wanted a big chocolate man. But I scratched, like, I'm like, okay, God, I might not always get what I want. So he might well want me with a Caucasian man.
All right.
I'm like, okay, God, I'm gonna take whatever you give me at this point because okay,
Right.
I'm 33 for to be 34, and I'm like, God, what the husband at? I need the tracking number and stuff because I just been waiting
Track
patiently.
him down,
Yeah,
honey.
I need a tracking number. So that's all I gotta say. But yeah, that's my expectations.
That's good. I mean, there's some good expectations. Woo!
But I'm glad you thinking rational that you do understand that this might not happen. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. But it's good to have it, but it's good to know that it may not happen. Because sometimes we can say, this is what I want, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it.
This is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Like I said, a lot of times, if we can ask a lot of these married couples that's on this live, they'll tell you it ain't what I thought it was gonna be, or he wasn't the one I thought it was gonna be. For the most part. So being open and to have that little bit of flexibility of, hey, I'm gonna bend a little bit, God. Now I don't want you to take me too far away from this thing, God, but
She just gave up the big black man to the white guy.
It is what it is,
It is.
So that I guess they're just saying, God, whatever you want me to,
Come
come
on, come
on.
through, God.
I do. I know what you're saying. I understand that. So that's good. It's good to have that list too.
Yeah, and that's a good list. Somebody said that is a very good list. Dimitri Hill said, "Hey, come through, cub, with some of them good expectations." And those are very good expectations. And you said something about being family oriented. Now, that's one thing that I would never back down on, because if you want to be around your family and they don't, that's almost a divide in itself. Because I come when Dunn married me, I came as a whole family. I came as my sisters, my nieces, my nephews, my everything. If we gonna eat dinner, I'm gonna message the family. So some things, but make sure that you don't give up on a lot of your hopes and dreams, because you need family. You need that family time with them, with your family. But though you had said something about ambitions and different things like that. I'm gonna go back. Deborah Haynes had said something about the man don't work, don't eat. She said, "Baby, you don't want to buy them peas. Peas ain't good when you gotta buy them and then cook them too for your own self." So, baby, when y'all find them men, we gonna get to see though, cause he the on the mail on him. So we saving him for last. Cause we already know that he gonna turn the broadcast out when he get to talking. But yeah, so they said don't buy them peas, and you gotta cook them too, and they sitting there putting their feet up on the table eating them.
But I would say too, right quick, even at this stage, and when you are dating or when you're talking to have in a relationship or trying to start a relationship, make sure you dig into it. I mean, we're not big on dating a long time or not really asking a lot of questions. And we put up this big facade about we know how to make it look like we got it going on, and we make it look like that I'm just the cream of the crop. And then when people find out when they get married, then they be like, I got a book about. So don't hesitate for going down the resume and checking them out. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be in a hurry, but check them out and see. Check their attitude. Do they fly off the handle? Do they get mad? How do they react when they get upset? There's a lot of things you have to consider. We don't dig into that stuff because we don't believe in long-term relationship before we get married. Mm-hmm. We think we meet somebody, we think we just gonna get married because he just treat my daughter, my son right. He buy me gifts and he do this. Baby, that could be a cover up. And then when you get in there, ask some of the marriages if they tell the truth. It'd be a cover up, and then when you get in there, you be like, I want out. Wow. Somebody get me out. So don't hesitate on asking them questions, because there's a lot come with it. You got bills that they got tagged on with them. They got kids you may not know about. It's a lot of stuff that come behind a lot of baggage. And you don't ask and you don't dissect this thing and really see what's going on with this individual. And then when you get married, you be like, man, you got something that you didn't.
You
You got a Freddy Krueger. So make sure you dig in, because you talking about a long term, long life being with somebody that you got to put up with. And sometimes it ain't just easy. I mean, sometimes, just bailing out, when you make a vow for this thing, when you make that vow, you're making it to God. So you want to make sure you check all things.
Check it out. Good list. Keep your list, sorry. Don't throw your list away, honey. Keep that list going. And Quenisha Hardin said, God will send you just what he wants for you, and it may completely be the opposite of what you are looking for. So it's good to not have a certain look when you're looking and be stuck on that look. So don't get stuck on the look. So Toya already said she ain't stuck on the look. She was expecting a big black man, but if it's Caucasian or Latino, she fine with that. So y'all Latino brothers that's on here, Toya's fine.
Hey.
So that is something to let's see what Tiffany said. Some don't like to pay bills. Get someone else to do it. That's what she said. And that's true. So that's good. All your expectations is good. Write them down. Check them off and make sure that they're realistic. And and it again goes back to Kamisha, goes back to Tanya. Everybody is saying definitely keep God in the middle of it, because that's what's gonna keep you for the long term. I think. I know that's what have kept us 27 years. We're 27 years in it. Honestly, we can tell everybody when nobody but God. Toya said something about effective. She talked about communication, but Deborah Haynes said make sure in the communication, Toya, make sure it's effective communication when you're talking. So look, I knew they were gonna chime in on y'all tonight. But it's very good. Tiffany Smith said, I am stuck on the looks. I don't want no ugly man.
I don't want an ugly man either, but still.
Tiffany, clean him up, shave him or something, honey. Baby. Tim said, get somebody else to do it. She told Quentin, I still Quentin, don't want no ugly man. Quentin said, what Quentin said? Ugly man pay bill too. Oh, y'all, these is the Katrina Ray Winter said, while in our waiting phase of dating isn't equivalent to sleeping around. Come on, Tree been preach y'all. There's no specific time on when a person should get married. I didn't marry until I was 45, but in the meantime, I dated until God sent me exactly what I needed. Single doesn't mean that you have to be lonely. I just recommend to date with expectations. Trina, you just wrote a book and you don't help the people. Help the folks.
That's good.
Yeah. Date with expectations, but don't be lonely in your dating. All that is good. We gonna wrap on around the screen. We got Sambrilla and we got Krista all on one screen. But we gonna start with Sambrilla Parker first. Sambrilla, what's some of your expectations? You're a young college girl. Making it do what it do. Tell us how old you are, just in case that young Tenerone is on live. He might be looking for you, honey. How old are you?
Well, I am 25 years old. I'm currently not looking, but if God sends them, he sends them. But my expectations are similar as to Kamisha and Mr. Harris, you know what I'm saying, and Toya, because, I'm still young, of course, but I'm still learning my expectations as well. One of my main ones will be he has to be family oriented. There's just no ifs and buts about that, because I love my family regardless. And like Miss Katina said, if we go around my family and you don't like them or you don't engage, that makes me feel like you don't want to be there. So why would we have, that conflict? So I'm just going to avoid that. So that's going to be my main one. But other than anything else, I'm still learning as I grow as an
Nice.
individual. I'm not rushing anything.
That's good.
But yeah.
So you're still learning. And that's good at your age. Some of us, well, with me, I always wanted to be married. Probably a little girl playing with the dollhouse, skipping a loo in the yard. Well, thinking of, I don't know why you. I guess it's that some little girls think about. That's why they make Ken and Barbie dolls, and they just think about Ken. Barbie got to have a Ken. That's why they made them. So I felt I had to have me a Ken, honey. And when I playing with Ken and Barbie dolls, turn around, look at the camera. But that's good at the place that you are in life. You're trying to make sure that you're working on Sambrilla first. So your expectations to that is right now your family, and then moving forward. So that's good to be in a place of saying, hey, right, I don't really have a lot of expectation because I'm trying to get me together first. And and that's something that a lot of us, we can go into relationships and marriage, and we don't have us together first.
Right.
We go in and we be broke, busted, go in these relationships hurt from the previous thing and haven't gotten over what happened in our life. And then we wonder why our marriage didn't work. And we often hear, and all of us hear Apostle say, we have drug these people into our relationships, into the next relationship, and we connected back there because we have soul ties. So you saying you working on you, that's good. Work on you, work on your education, work on your personal goals. So that's good to not just have expectations for just a marriage yet, because sound like to me you saying I can't say about marriage. I'm talking about me right now. But homeboy gotta know that when we do get together, I'm going to the family reunion and you going too. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Either you comment or you stay.
Yeah, right. You coming or you staying somewhere, but not him.
Right.
That's good. What, Crystal? What's your expectations, honey?
I'm kind of the same way. I'm really not looking. I'm focusing on me. I got goals in mind. But when it comes to a male, I definitely want to make sure that he has either a good relationship with his mother, father, or both parents, because that plays a big role in a lot of things to how they were raised. Definitely got to be good with the kids because I have a daughter. They just got to be, I don't know, but I definitely want to know like how they were raised. Definitely,
yeah,
they got to be raised correctly. And I just don't want any man. I don't just want any man. Like, no. My expectations are just right there, right now.
And how they've been raised. And how old are you, Crystal?
25.
Crystal 25, y'all. Turn around and just on the live. Crystal 25. Right now she ain't looking, but just know she's 25. And that's something major too. And Chris said that by being raised, and I tell people all the time, I appreciate God for Barbara Dunn of how she raised this young man to be who he is. Because she raised him well. She raised him to be able to know how to treat people, and you all can tell how people gonna treat you. That goes for guys and girls. You're gonna be able to tell how they're gonna treat you by the way they treat their parents, or by the way they treat their mom or their dad. You gonna know if they gonna respect them, even if they weren't raised by them. At least they gonna respect them. Even if they weren't always in their life. If they can't respect them people that raised them, that brought them into this world, regardless if they gave them one biscuit, just think about you trying to give them your whole life. What are they gonna do for you? And that's good. That was good, Crystal. Y'all, these people killing on the comments. Great, give me one moment. Tiffany Smith say she's selling. I guess that's for you and Sambrilla for you and Crystal. Enjoy life. Don't actually look at for what and where you messed up. And she married at a young age. She said what she did, she messed up and she married at a young age. Pamela Dardell said, coming from a person that's been married, you have to pick up the pieces from that and learn from that, so you won't take those same things to the next person. You use that time to work on yourself and check yourself on your next relationship, and your next relationship will be better.
Yeah.
Criteria Morgan said, I was that way. I've never had a dream of being rich, a model, or anything like that. My dream has always been to be a great mom and a great wife. Me either. Criteria, I didn't have those dreams. I didn't have a dream to be a model, no fashion designer, no none of that. Just want to be a great mom, great wife. What we at? Rashawn Darden. Hey, Maya. Same here. I'm more focused on self in this season, and that's a great place to be. Start to focus on building yourself, building where you are. So when you move into the next place, and in the next place is your relationship, and all of us have been in relationships before, we got to definitely focus on building. Jennifer said she agreed with Pam. She agreed with Pam. So y'all, this is real good to me because it makes married people evaluate our expectations going forward. Because when we talked about marriage goals last week, it make us reevaluate our marriage goals. Just listen at what you all are saying. Toya list alone now made me reevaluate 27 years. I gotta figure out. What he said, if you want to go ahead and walk out the door. One thing you gotta remember: one monkey don't stop, don't show you. Keep on rolling. But nah, I'm just saying we just gonna have we have to evaluate now where we are moving forward, because it opens up a new light on life, on where we are.
And the big thing too is, and y'all talking about focusing on yourself and different things. So there's a lot too that goes in the emotion part of it. A lot of people don't deal with emotions, and they don't focus in on the emotions. So you got to realize the emotions that I'm having or that I deal with, I'm bringing in somebody else, and they're gonna have to put up with my emotions.
They're gonna have to put up with me.
They're gonna have to put up with the feelings that I have, my ups and downs, my ins and outs. You know, because some men don't know. I mean, just even with y'all, I have learned a lot over the years with my wife, and a lot of men don't pay a lot of attention to different things. And I know there's times like y'all have a lot of things going on with the bodies and stuff, and different things like that. And we as men, we don't quite understand it, but you have to grow to that point to where and have somebody that's understandable, that they can understand you. They can understand, today I'm not feeling it. The day tomorrow, I got my ins and I got my outs, but a lot of times we have to do emotional. I would say defrag ourselves in our emotions, because sometimes our emotions get the best of us, and I had to take her through my emotion ride. She's here for the long haul. She's here for not just all the other stuff, but even when I'm going through in my mind, or when she's going through her mind, we got to be here for each other. Because there's sometimes when she go through, I don't like when she be, how she act when she go through. But I gotta be here to support her while she's going through her emotion, her time of ridding herself from past and from hurt and from pain. So it's a lot to this thing. It's not just I got somebody to be here with me, to hug on me, to lay my head on their shoulder and all. There's a lot to this, and that's why we said we're not saying this is a hard thing, but it is work, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of love, a lot of sacrifice in this thing, and a lot of communication. It takes a lot. So, but there's a lot to come with even with our emotion as well. So yeah, definitely.
Add that to the list.
Definitely
add that to your expectation list, because they got to be able to deal. I'll use this week alone. Last Sunday was my father's 2-year anniversary. On did he? 2 years. I was reading the same thing. My father's 2-year anniversary, but Dunn had to learn how emotionally how he have to either pull in or pull back. Are they going to be mature enough? That's what you're going to be looking for. The maturity level in a relationship, because some of them ain't mature enough. I don't care what I don't care if her body hurt right now, because I did want to go to the store right now. Yeah, oh yeah, y'all didn't watch the live. Y'all know what the store is. Y'all that done heard preach. He said the store closed when you sing, it open when you married. Okay, so y'all know. But but some of them gotta be mature enough to when you say, and if you're not married at the point and you say, I don't wanna have sex with you now, they gotta be mature enough to understand that. And even when you get married, moving into your expectation of marriage, they got to be mature enough to know when. If women are so, not say just our emotions, but just our body, just that time of the month come around, just all that stuff start happening. We can't leave me alone right now, because I can't do it. The men gotta understand. They gotta understand that right now I can't. I ain't finna sleep. I ain't finna do that nasty. Whatever. But yeah, they gotta. It's so many things, but definitely add emotion to it. Going to Deborah Haynes said earlier, just in case y'all wanted to know, the Chiefs is winning. I don't know. It's a football game. She said, but ladies, learn some football. It's great conversations with your mate. Learn some sports. It's gonna be great conversations with your mate. Also, Deborah Haynes was saying, told Reggie to come and make sure he'll tell her husband about the emotions and the rubbing of the body. But Tiffany said, they don't understand that this generation is weird. Is y'all generation weird?
Yes.
The dating pool is trash. It's
Definitely
weird.
yes.
They're built different. They're built different. They ain't like Daddy used to be, and Elder Dunn. They're not those. They're
Granddaddy and
Yeah,
a
grandma.
different breed.
they on a whole nother side.
We need a new
Yeah.
batch. We need God to dump a new batch into the
Definitely a different breed, baby.
So
Social
Different breed.
media has definitely ruined dating.
Y'all pray for us.
what ruined
Yes.
dating, Kamisha?
Social media has definitely ruined it for us. Back then, when grandma and granddaddy and your uncles and auntie, when they were growing up, they didn't have social media and cell phones, so they wanted to fight for their relationships and fight for marriage. Now social media and these cliques done made it so easy to just want to just give up on everything, and that's
It's
why the
cool.
divorce rate and relationships are just going downhill because of society.
And love back then was genuine. Like
Yeah.
it was so genuine and so authentic and so real. Love back
And
then.
nowadays
But
people
now,
don't take marriage seriously. We're living in a time to where people are just idolizing having babies outside of marriage and having relationships outside of marriage. Nobody is talking to the youth or the young adults about taking marriage seriously and why you should get married. People are just so caught up with, oh, let's have 4 and 5 kids and not be married.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good. Tiffany, you said something that opened up the door that that Tiffany said is just weird. Let me just get a few more comments, and then we're gonna move to CeeLo, cause I know he finna shut us down. The whole network probably finna go out. But I'm gonna move. Rashawn said, I was married before. I didn't know that I needed emotional healing until I was married, in the marriage. Being divorced gave me a chance to work on self and channeling in on triggers, working on whatever that's triggering those things. That's good, Maya. Also, Quinny said, this is true. There's more to it than just expectations. He could be the one, but you're not ready or mature enough. We as women can be very emotional and very needy. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We need to be mindful and understanding of what he may want from us in our relationship. Mr. Carlisle, hey, Mr. Carlisle on the line, honey. I thought to get Carlisle on the line. Carlisle said, y'all want us to be like granddad and dad, but women not nothing like mama and grandma. Y'all get the story, Carlisle, off our line.
That's
Carlisle,
true.
get off our line. I've been
That's
trying
true.
to get you a
That is
matching
true.
shirt for 6 months with somebody. But
True, true.
and that's true. So we can't always throw it on it being the women, being the man at fault. Some of us women is not like grandmama, and we won't put up with Jack. You know, they do it to me. Oh, you wrong me, bye, or whatever the case. That is a very good comment, call out. That women are not like the grandmamas used to be. Grandmama put up with a lot of stuff. And now we be saying, I ain't putting over that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing that. We'll throw in a towel and get divorced real quick. Not saying put over everything, and not saying be nobody's fool or doormat. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying grandmothers endured a lot more than
Right.
what we as this generation, as Tiffany say, this weird generation, that we would put up with. Grandmamas and grandfathers back then, they did put in more. And Carlisle said something else. He said social media really didn't ruin the dating. The people did. People ruin the dating for themselves because, and I can contest to that. We rely on social media to guide us. Because we'll definitely get on there and saying relationship goals or this type of goals. We'll do that too. Carlisle came on here. I tried to get him. I should have got him on the line. But yeah, a lot of times we ruin it for ourselves. Because we try to get it, but some people do look at it as, like Kamisha said, they'll just give up because they saw it on social media. I ain't doing this no more. That Dan says social media has made dating superficial. Now that's real.
Yeah.
That's something real there.
Mhm.
Also, Barbara Grimm said, I think if everybody took their proper place, we could get standards back, and we can.
Okay.
Standards can come back if everybody got in their proper place. That's why I think with us, we want to try to be the example. For not just the marriages, but for single people looking to be married. Not saying we want them to be us or be like us, but try to be the example that they'll have something to pattern after. Who is Deborah Haynes said gender reveals, big baby showers, and no plans for marriage. That's right. And that's what Kamisha just said. Gender reveals, I mean, baby having 5 and 6 kids and nobody's making plans to be married. Look, I'm trying to find the look. Carlisle said y'all ain't ready for him. We ain't ready for him on this line. Yeah, we are. We were ready for you on this line. Let's see who else. Deborah Haynes said these men don't stand a chance with these new age women. Now y'all got to defend y'allself on that, women, before we get to CeeLo. They say y'all these new age women don't stand a chance, honey. What y'all got to say about that?
Just to say, piggyback off of what you were saying earlier. I mean, we can't blame everything on the men. It's the women too. That's what I previously said. It's not just wanting the man to be like grandmama and like granddaddy and uncles. We say the aunties and the grandmamas too. It's a equal thing. And then I agree with what Carlisle said about social media, but people make up social media. Because beforehand with me, when I first got on Facebook, it was just for college students. It was for college students to network. It wasn't open to the world like it is now. And then now that it's open to the world, the people that have been invited in are just making it to be sometimes a nasty environment. Yeah. So I agree with what he said as well. But like I said, it's the people that make up social media.
Social media. Good comment. Also James Myers said communication is important, but communication without comprehensive is just notes. All right, James Myers, you just come on our live and just start putting stuff, huh? Welcome to the broadcast, James Myers. Carlisle finna comment y'all tonight. I'm gonna write him a check when we get done. He said grandma didn't go to BBS.
What?
He said they also had access to everyone in the neighborhood. Like, men only do what is allowed. So many women put up with stuff just because they getting some type of financial help.
Yes.
Come on,
Wow.
call
I
out.
agree
And
with
we
that.
don't want to do that. We don't want to put up with it just because they gonna pay our light bill. I did. I
Mm-mm.
made sure, and this just me. This just me right here. I didn't add on to pay my bill. I went to work. I went to Burger King at the age of 14, 15. And from 15 to 50 that I am now, I've been working ever since. Because I didn't want them to have no reason to think just because you paid my light bill, you can stay. I don't want them to think that. Now this still my house. And you ain't, if I don't want you to stay, you ain't gonna stay. You gonna go home. So I didn't never rely on them for nobody for financial help. If they decided they wanted to help me, thank you, I'll receive it. But not feeling like they obligated, no, because I didn't want them to feel like that they were obligated to me in the way that they wanted to be obligated. No, because I wanted to make sure that I went to work to pay all my bills, so they won't try to have no reason to say that I paid the light bill, so I got a right to stay for this month for the light. I made sure that there none of that didn't happen.
I can vouch for that because I came in. I was just thrown off because when I came in and I asked her, just by dating her, talking to her, and I was like, "Can I help you pay your bill? Can I help you with something?" Just being the person that I am. I wasn't there to try to get over or try to get my foot in the door or whatever. It's just the kindness of my heart. So, but she was like, "No, I'm fine. I don't need no help." Even when we got to the point of marriage, we got in marriage, she was still kind of like that. But later on, God worked with her to the point of
He had to work with me.
It's because she was so independent, and like I said, she didn't want me to use that against her. Like, okay, I paid this now. You need to give me something in return. You know how we do, men. And so she didn't want that, but yeah, definitely she didn't receive no money. She didn't take from me. I mean, she wouldn't receive, and I want to help her because I saw my genuine heart was she had kids. And I know, everything wasn't working out. She wasn't up on her game on everything. And I was just trying to help, but she wasn't standing up for that. So and I said kudos to her because sometimes men do play on that role of I helped pay your bill or I helped did this or I gave chipped in on this or whatever. And we'll use that try to use that against them. And that ain't how it works, So I can't say she asked the truth on that, but don't compromise, man. Don't compromise. You struggle, but don't allow somebody to come in and feel like that, because I help you, I'm gonna use that so I can over your head to say, now I did it for you. Now I gave you a favor. Now I need you to give me a favor. So definitely don't watch out for that right there as well.
I'm gonna read these next few comments because T.O. gonna be up there to sleep on her. He ain't got a chance to say that all night. Quinny said, I met my husband on Facebook and I didn't try to make it just be all social media. We met there, but we were not built there. They didn't build their relationship on there. They kept their relationship off. Katrina Ray Winston said back then women almost had to put up with anything because the man was sole provider. Whereas these days women are working and taking care of themselves. I don't think anyone, man or woman, should settle and tolerate anything. She just saying. She said that's the way she feel about it. Barbara Griffin said, sorry, not sorry. Don't invite me into your sin. I don't want to do it. Tiffany Smith said, Carlisle, but you have some women who already have it together and men find ways to break her down. Then you have other women who don't go out but hang out for fun. Men take advantage of strong women. That's just my opinion. Deborah Haynes said, married people not helping social media and single people DM. That's a shame. That's the married folks in the DM. All right. Here we go. We're going to move to CeeLo. Then I'm going to come back to the comment because we don't want CeeLo to miss out on this grand opportunity. Welcome to the broadcast, Courtney Long, honey.
How you doing? How you doing?
Courtney Long is on the line with us tonight. We
Yes,
just want to
yes.
know your expectations, and how you derive from your expectations.
Well, my expectation first, I'm
You
a
got a
man.
list, y'all. Look at it.
Can y'all hear me? I'm a
Yeah.
man first.
Uh-huh.
No Pookie, Ray down. All right. And my expectation is a traditional woman. A traditional woman.
Uh-huh.
Not too picky, you know. Real firm, real sweet. Gotta take accountability for herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that genuinely love you. True.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta think about it. You putting your whole life in somebody's hands.
That's it.
And I'm gonna be, if I'm gonna be the head, I'm sacrificing my life for my family.
Mm.
You know, and being a man is just not. I feel, it's different. Just like man work 9 to 5s. I'd have had 9 to 5, but in my life now, I'm building on business. I'm investing. You know, you have to build the foundation so you could put on top of it. You know, um, I don't like to date people. I'll date you as a friend, and
Mm-hmm.
we could have a long friendship than a short marriage.
Oh.
All
right.
Because I get to know everything about you now, and don't tell me everything about you, and then we start getting the relationship, and you say, "Oh, you act like him. Oh, you just told my business to her." And then when you get settled and comfortable, now you think we friends. You told me everything that you talked about. So you done told my business here. My business gone already. You still trying to be my friend and love me at the same time.
Wow.
But how can we be friends and it's ear gazing? So respect. Man want respect and a nice woman. You know, when you love genuinely. And like some people say, we love hard.
Love hard.
You know, but it takes times when you in a relationship. You have to be very patient when you're in a relationship. Go on a lot of dates when you're in a relationship. Go meet the family. You know, go meet their friend, who their friend is. You know, because if you don't know about this person, you got to be around this person to learn this person. You know, and I'm not saying when you get with a person, and sometimes you do take their space up. And when you take their space up and they need help in that space, sometimes fill that gap. You their friend, you are their friend. And as long as you are friends, that's longevity right there. Because we friends first before we become lovers.
All right. So your expectation is
Then I like to pull this out. What something you said though. I mean that's key too. There's something you said. And I find out sometimes we do that. People do that. And I would say definitely don't do that, especially our single people that's trying to come into a relationship. I would think we have a segment about that. Don't give you people. Some people not built to carry your pain, or to carry your hurt, to carry your feelings. And sometimes we can give people our feelings and of what we went through or what we come out of, what happened or whatever. And we think, and they can be genuine people, but they're not ready. And sometimes there's some stuff I don't know about her. There's some stuff she don't know about me. And there's some stuff I couldn't give her until. And there's some things I couldn't get from her until she felt like I was ready to be able to tote that and carry that. And you're doing it in friendship, being in a relationship with somebody, and you're giving them basically your heart. You can't go in a relationship and give people your heart. Even though and what happened is because we hurt and we are broken. And sometimes we do it, we give it because we are hurt and we're broken. And you have to be careful because sometimes people can play on that. People can play on your hurt. They can play on your emotion. They can play on your sensitivity of who you are. And so
and
definitely, yeah, and you doing it genuine, but you just gotta, I would say as single people, you definitely gotta be careful, as he was saying. Don't pour your heart out to me, because that's where God come in at. That's what we need. God. We need, and not just God, but sometimes we need a friend, somebody we can confide into to help talk to us and stuff like that. And not so much just not a relationship for the man or woman, but sometimes we need a friend to help. We can talk somebody we can talk to, but sometimes it's not good to pull my pain out on especially in a relationship that somebody that I'm trying to talk to, because I don't know, that person may not be healed themselves. They got a lot of stuff they got going on, or maybe not, but yet still I'm pouring this out to them. I'm pouring my heart. I'm giving them my heart, and they taking my heart and just squeezing it. So that's a good thing, Mr. Longwood, that you said. So we have to, as single people, you have to be careful how when you're dating people. You can't give everybody all your information. You can't give it all. I went through this, and a lot of stuff I didn't find out about my wife for years, like relationships and stuff like that, and who she talked to and stuff like that. And I mean, I knew it because of her kids, about the kids and stuff like that. But some of the stuff that she dealt with and she went through, I didn't know about it. She held that back from me, and I ain't saying that was a bad thing. That was a good thing, because I want to make sure that you're there and you can handle what I'm about to put on you. And sometimes as single people, we give these people this stuff that they're not ready for. They ain't ready for. I was raped when I was a child, or I was molested when I was a child, or I was abandoned. My daddy left me, or whatever. I mean, those things. I mean, you got to know how far to go in a relationship, because you don't. There's another heartbreak. There's another letdown. There's another dagger in my heart. And then be like, I just confided in this person. I thought I was, this is who I'm gonna be with. I thought,
they weren't ready to hold it. They weren't ready to hold it deep in thought. That's why I leaked.
Yeah. And so you have to, being single, you have, because sometimes desperation would cause us to do that.
They sure will.
Because we're desperate. Somebody said earlier that we are needed, and we feel like we need somebody to be around us, or somebody to be in our corner. And so we'll start pouring our hearts to people. I mean, you already hurt, or you already broken, or whatever. So that's something to be careful with as well. So that's a good thought, Mr. Malone, that you had, that you brought up. So that's my take on that right there.
See, and then I was thinking as Reggie was talking, and I know it's Courtney will tell y'all all the time, and sometimes she'll get up, and when she talking, she'll say, "My mama already told her, don't put all your eggs in one basket."
That's right.
And that's what we'll do. We be so dependent on that one source. Not saying date all around the world, and it goes back to what Reggie was saying. Make sure that when we pulling, that they're ready to receive it, and you're farther along in a relationship. Again, it goes back to maturity of those relationships and what we poured into. Those are good expectations. CeeLo said traditional, a woman that's accountable, somebody that he can build with, and that's gonna love hard, and have respect for him. I'm gonna go back and give y'all a few more of these comments, because y'all know y'all done help these folk tonight. These folk done help me. Y'all done help me. They done help y'all. And we gonna be able to build from this and more. Just to go back to Mr. Carlisle, and I don't know how he got on our broadcast, but Mr. Carlisle said, if I pay a light bill, I ain't leaving till the next 30 days. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to read that. He said, if I pay a light bill, I'm not leaving until the next bill cycle starts. I earned them 30 days. Sorry, y'all made sure. Did y'all classmate? Make sure Carlisle don't get commission.
That's my big brother. He gonna keep it real.
I I graduated from Opelika. I didn't graduate from Lafayette. I'm from Lafayette, but I graduated from Opelika. So nah, he's not my classmate, but I know him.
Woo! Also, I'm just gonna read a few more comments, y'all. Mr. Carlisle said, "Real men not intimidated by strong women.
Exactly.
Most strong women have a mother mentality and go for a weak man. The key is not holding it over my head. You got it going for yourself. That's great. I got it going too, but I'm not gonna brag about it.
Exactly.
And
That's good.
sometimes that is the case. Sometimes,
Hmm.
us having that motherly mentality, I don't feel like I mean, I had a motherly mentality, but I didn't go for a weak man. I knew that he was a strong man. And that's why I always told him he gonna make somebody a good husband. I just figured it wasn't me at the time. But good. That was good comment. Um, Tiffany also responded to Carlisle said, right, but I'm not saying but you do have some men who are intimidated by a strong woman for real. Like I stated earlier, this generation is just weird. And they said, thump, Mr. Long. James Myers said, a strong-minded woman, a domineering woman is hard to be with sometimes because she has always been in control of everything. It takes a lot of prayer and understanding. That
Exactly.
is so true. It takes a lot of prayer and understanding when you get with a strong woman. Um, Jamie also say, as a man, you got to know how to read the manual. She will give you all the information, and that's so true too. I know men probably feel like that it's all they're always getting beat up on by the society of saying how men are or how different things like that. But as Jane just said, a man got to know how to read us women manuals. It's just something that you got to stand back, look, read, figure it out, and go from there. Not taking that the women need to do the same thing, but I mean, yeah, the women need to do the same thing, but us women, we are just such emotional beings. I'm telling y'all, we are. Mr. Carlisle come in again, y'all, and said the key is people are so focused on expectations based off of other people's relationships, but they don't know how hard people work to get there. Base your dating off of you and that person. Dating not is not one size fit all. So true. Relationships are not to be copied. They got to find their own groove.
That's
That
so
is so
true.
good. Got to
That is
find their
So
own
good.
true.
groove.
That's really
Yeah.
good.
That is so true, and it
Hmm.
can't be copied. It ain't a copy paste. Copy this, and I'm gonna paste it to my relationship. We
Exactly.
always say too because we're all raised by different individuals. Dunn was
Hmm.
raised by somebody. I was raised by somebody, and we're individuals coming in this relationship. So the person that you're with was raised by somebody else, and you was raised by somebody. So your relationship gonna be totally different. So what works for one set of people may not work for you. You know. So definitely. Quentin says some people don't know the difference between a mate and a therapist. Come on, Quinn.
Yes.
Know who you have in your mate, and know you won't be disappointed by them holding what you told them against you. So you got to know between a mate and a therapist. That's real good. Um, I say a lot of people isn't ready for that. Isn't ready for to receive what you're giving them. Barbara Griffin said we got to deal with these demons so they won't bleed on everybody. God, dog, that is so true. Back to Mr. Carlisle, y'all. People also got to be okay with rejection and being hurt.
That's
Yes,
right.
it changes you, but it shouldn't kill you. You got to heal first. That
That's
is
right.
very good. People got to know how to deal with rejection
That's
and
it.
being hurt. Don't let it kill you. Deborah Haynes said, "Don't unpack before you on the ship." That is so true. Don't start unpacking. They didn't yell all aboard yet. You got to make sure your relationship ain't on deck yet. Don't start unpacking stuff because they may not be ready. Um, Going down to the last comment that Mr. Carlisle said, he said the art of conversation has been lost. If we can't talk, I can't date.
That's true.
That's it.
That's good.
That's true.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one there.
That's
The
it.
art of
Mhm.
conversation has been lost now. A lot of times
Mhm.
people are not conversating. Social media have gotten in the way. TikToks have gotten in the way. Or just sitting down having genuine conversations have gotten in the way of not just marriages but dating for you all. The conversations have changed.
They
The art of it, people just don't talk anymore
they
like
rep-
they should before they get to know the person, before they start saying I go with them, or
Mm-hmm.
this my girl, this my babe. We haven't learned who the people are yet. You got
exactly.
anything? Y'all got anything else y'all want to say? We
Um,
we we we
I,
well over our time.
I just want to say, going into a relationship, you have to be a great listener.
That's
You have to
good.
be a great listener.
Great listener.
I got one thing I want to add. To the single ladies in waiting, just dig deeper into your self-care. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need a man to take you out, you don't need a man to buy you flowers, you can do all those things for yourself. Dig deeper to inside of who you really are,
Mm-hmm.
and build your relationship with God and focus on your goals and your dreams while you're waiting. Yeah, it can be, we can be impatient sometimes, because I joke all the time and say, God, I'm tired of waiting, but hey, when the timing is right, it will happen. But for now, you got to stay focused.
Stay focused. Stay focused. That's good. Time, you got something for 'em?
Same thing. I kind of piggyback off of Toya. Be patient in your waiting. Um, Work on yourself. Um, Continue to pray. Pray for him or her. Pray for your husband or pray for your wife. Even in your waiting period, because eventually it's going to happen. A lot of times we try to rush it. We try to rush God, and especially when you're getting older. And for me, because I am older and I want kids, but I want it the godly way.
Mm-hmm.
I could have easily went the other way and just went ahead and had my child and then turned around and then tried to find something. But because I'm trying to go the godly way about it, um, it has been hard. But got to be patient, and God will send him or her your way.
That's
Amen.
right. And Deborah Haynes said, yes to the self-care, Toya. Definitely got to
Mhm.
build your self-care. And Barbara Griffin was saying, you got to be specific in those prayers when y'all start to pray.
Exactly.
And don't rush. And Jennifer Ingram said that as well. We do not need to rush. Don't rush in the relationship. Kamisha, you got something?
Don't jump from relationship to relationship. This goes for man and woman. Take time
Mhm.
to heal. And then don't always expect something from someone that you can't give. That's oftentimes what goes wrong with a lot of women. We always expect for the guys to do certain things that we don't want to give out. And I'm not saying with that with sex, but I agree with Toya with the self-care, but with me being independent, I don't ask a guy to pay my bills, but I like flowers. I like to be, the teddy bears, the perfume, the purses, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes guys like those things too. Not saying
Mhm.
take care of a man, but I'm just saying that, on a day where they're having a bad day, get them a card, take them to the park. You can do those things for guys too that women expect for guys to always do for them. So that would just be my advice.
That's
That's
good
good.
too. And being specific on what you expect too. I'm not a flowers and teddy bears girl. I over the past 27 years, it might have been one time maybe. And he had to learn it though. It was learned behavior from my part and his part, that we had to learn those things. So over time, we got to understand what, we got to learn what in our relationship or dating. And that's why you have to date, you have to court, you got to know those things going forward. And with us, we didn't date long. We'll just put that out there. We met, and within 1 year's time, 1 year, within 1 year's time, we met, we got engaged, we got married. Boom. We didn't get a chance. We didn't date. which it just happened so fast. And then he had to learn that. And my thing was, don't buy me no flowers because they gonna die, honey. That was money I could have had. You could have gave that money for them flowers.
Yeah.
You know, that was just me. But some women love that. Some women wanna do that, and vice versa. The same way Kamisha said, the men want to be prized as well, because they are prized. The men are prizes to us. Women moving forward, the men are prizes to us. Who else we was at? I keep looking down, and every time I look down, Carlisle got a comment, and I get thrown off. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Carlisle said, "Speak, Kamisha." She said, "Yeah, offer me something, a card or something, or just say I appreciate you." That is so true. That's the one right there. He said, "Ladies, you are a prize, but give me a reason to want to win the prize, not expect for me to pay for the prize." Now that's good too. Ladies, you the prize, but give them a reason to want to win it. So we just in our expectation of going forward with wanting to see what we want to see in our mate when we get there, or even our marriage. You know, give them something that we want to prize. Yeah, Quentin, Carlisle talking real talk tonight. We gonna have to get him on a broadcast by himself, not with nobody else. So I can make sure by Thanksgiving he had one of them yams and sweet potato shirts by Thanksgiving, honey. So he's wearing with his mate. and some matching pajamas by Christmas time. But y'all, this have been good to me. CeeLo, did you have final words? I just skipped over you. Oh, and Sambrella, oh, he did. He went first. Sambrella, you got any final words you going to say?
I don't have any final words. It's been good. Like, this conversation has been great. Just getting everybody's point of view on how they feel about things, and just gaining more knowledge and understanding. I really enjoyed this whole conversation. I love talking about stuff like this because y'all might teach me more. You know what I'm saying? Because I am the youngest. We are the youngest in this broadcast, tonight. Yep. And I love learning. You never get old enough to learn. So, I appreciate this platform, and I thank you guys because I love y'all so much.
We love y'all too. Crystal, what you got back there? Crystal been high.
I got me. It was good though, good talk.
And why Carlisle said he was glad he was invited. Carlisle, I'm gonna write you after the broadcast, honey. Pam said she gonna give y'all final remarks. She ain't even on the broadcast. Pam Dada said when women have to pay attention to the men as well, so that you can know what they like. It's the little things for them too. Some men don't say how they feel, but a little bit of information can go a long way to help your man or who you are dating. It takes two. Miss Deborah Haynes said to tell y'all, hang in there, single people. This too shall pass. It will. This have been really, really been good. Just to hear the expectations. Next week, we'll have married people on, just talking about the reality of how they married are versus what they expected. Again, because I expected picket fences and not have to struggle with finances or not. I expected a lot more. So that's what these married people are going to be talking about next week. They're going to talk about the reality of what their marriage is like. It is not the fence. It's not the brick house. It was the frame house. They're going to talk about those things to where the same thing y'all did. Y'all telling what you expect, and make sure y'all keep your note. Toya, don't throw away your expectation paper.
I'm going to frame it.
Frame it. That way, you can check it off. This is what God did. This is what God did. This is what God did. Don't take down. None of y'all don't take down. Don't take down on building together, Tanya. Don't take down on that. CeeLo, don't take down on your traditional woman. Y'all don't take down. Sambrilla, y'all don't take down on whatever your expectation is. If it's for families and you want them to be family oriented, keep that as a key thing. That, okay, this is what I really want. Because that's something that can happen. So don't y'all take down on different things that you all have said tonight. Write it out. Write your vision out and make it plain. And of course, if it's for you, God is gonna allow it to happen. And every time it may not be in the frame that we want. Of course, Tori says she don't care if it's a white, Caucasian, Latina, Hispanic. Last name gonna be Patel, but yeah. And she gonna be working at the hotel with the. I'm sorry, Tanya.
I cannot.
But yeah, seriously, don't keep your expectations, but don't allow them to be too much that you'll be single for the rest of your life. And make sure God leads you all in the right direction and find you a mentor or a great leader that's gonna tell you they ain't for you. They gonna tell you they ain't for you, or they gonna say they for you, but you gotta slow your roll. They find somebody that's gonna be there to tell you some good advisors on different things like that. But I'm sure if you got a good leader, your leader gonna tell you, and all y'all on here got a good leader.
Amen.
That's gonna say,
Amen.
no, honey, leave them alone. Run.
Amen.
Leave them alone. Run.
No, they
Now what
ain't
you gonna
for you.
run?
Whether
Hey.
we listen to it or not, they gonna
Run.
tell us, they ain't for you, sugar. Don't fool with them. Or they gonna say they for you, y'all. Just gotta take it a little slower. Take it one day at a time until you're ready, until your relationship is grown to that point. You got anything else done before we go?
I would say just be careful what you entertain. Somebody said, I think it was Dan earlier said something about a lot of marriages, social media are superficial, especially a lot of those marriages on TVs and stuff like that. We look at a lot of big time, we look at the hustle, but a lot of the time it's not what it. I mean, that's television. When you look at the superstars, they married today and they broke up. Then they married somebody else. The Kardashian. You look at Kanye. He don't. I mean, we look at all these different people, and we try to base stuff off some of that stuff we see. Be careful. That got a lot to do with how we are looking at our marriage and why our marriage, why our relationship is prolonging, because, like I said, y'all looking at social media, and looking at different things. Find somebody. We had people that we gleaned off for, that taught us, that showed us what marriage was about, and and they're still together. But you look at this stuff on this TV, a lot of them folks are not together. Because it's entertainment.
It's entertainment.
It's there for your entertainment. So be careful what you entertain. If you're looking for something, find somebody you can look to see what marriage. Not saying you gotta be their marriage, but find things you can glean off of other people that you see that ain't married today, and next week they next month or 2 years later they separate.
Right.
That ain't good. So I would just say be careful what you entertain.
And our final comments, Quenisha said, make sure you pray. They will come. Pray for you to know who they are when they get there. Pray that you know. And Josh Winston said, while dating, be okay with rejection, but never settle for less. Carlisle, last comment says, don't settle. Exactly. Don't settle. Make sure we don't settle for less. We want to say thank y'all so much. Y'all have really helped us, helped the people on the broadcast, and I hope the comments and just the remarks itself have helped you all with your expectations to know that make sure y'all, when y'all get married, make sure y'all let the Dunns be there. Invite us.
Exactly.
Let us be bridesmaid. I'll be a bridesmaid. He be a groom in y'all wedding. But again, we say thank y'all so much. Impact Media will pull y'all backstage, and y'all don't log off. We'll be right back with y'all. But thank y'all so much for being on the broadcast with us.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for having us.
The rings. But hey, y'all, thank y'all for being on with us tonight. I know our time is far spent. Yes, Queenie, this has really been a good single and married conversation tonight. Hey, Ronell, we're glad that you was on with us. Hey, Pam, We're glad, Jennifer. We're glad all of you all jumped in on this singles edition tonight. Hopefully, we'll be able to get together and do something else so we can talk more. But thank you all. Thank you, Miss Deborah Haynes, for jumping in. Hey, y'all, next Sunday, we'll have some married people in with us next Sunday, talking about the reality. We'll have some young couples that want to just tell how their marriage have been over their years. Not to bash their spouses, not to do anything like that, but just to say this is what they expected out of the marriage, but it was different when they got in. So that's what we'll be talking about. They don't have to be veterans in it. It's newlyweds that expected white picket fences like I did, but once we got in, it was something different, and we had to work to build. So this has been a very, very good broadcast tonight. We want to say thank you to all our single people that took the time out of their schedules to come in to be on the broadcast. Thank you to Impact Media, Tatiana Darden, that makes sure that everybody gets in. Tell us how to turn our cameras, get us on point. Next Sunday we'll be back. We'll be back, and then next Sunday is the Super Bowl Sunday. I think it's February 12th. And y'all, we might have a Super Bowl party. We gonna call out. He definitely gotta come to the Super Bowl party, cause baby, he had a lot to say on this broadcast tonight. But y'all, this have been good to us. Our time is far spent. Thank y'all so much. We'll be giving away some tickets. Crave Corner is doing a Valentine's a theme for Valentine's Day, that we're doing dinners for couples to go to that. Maybe singles as well, just to go and spend time with other people on Valentine's. But we're sending people there. So y'all watch out for our giveaway for that. And thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. Y'all have a great night. Tomorrow is Monday. Get your week started off with laughter and joy, and definitely with prayer. So thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night. Bye.